It's been almost 5 days since anyone's seen a 20-year-old spring breaker from the University of Pittsburgh. Sudiksha Konanki left a hotel bar in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic with a group of friends headed for the beach. Most of the friends were later seen leaving the beach, but Sudiksha stayed behind with a guy, and then the guy left without Sudiksha. My next guest was at the same resort on the same day. She says the waves were big and they were dangerous, and she has the video to prove it. Sweeney joins me now live. The video that we were just showing, and we'll show it again, does show red flags that the conditions were very rough and that the swimming would have been very rough. Do you remember it being that way on that day that Sudiksha went missing?
Yeah, I remember the waves being a lot bigger than they normally were. Me and my friends were on the beach, and I remember telling them that I was not going to go into the ocean because I knew I could swim, but not that well enough to feel safe in the ocean. I know a couple friends that did go in, but they weren't in for a while, and there weren't as many people in the ocean as we normally would see.
So we know, from your account and from your video that the waves were rough, that the surf was rough. What about the danger of the beach itself? Did anybody at the resort or anyone in the DR ever say to you, be careful at night going down the beach. Don't go down this way or that way, or don't wander off our resort part of the beach? Or did you even notice lots of police or patrols on the beach? What was that like?
There was no communication from the resort at all of, this is our beach safety to be safe. It was kind of just left up to your own discretion. I know we would go down and another group of people would go down to take beach pictures. And one night there was a security guard whistling at people to come in from the beach that were going in, but that was the only night that I had seen it. And we went practically almost every day down to the beach to take pictures, and that was the only night that I saw.
But interesting that there was someone out there, a guard, who was whistling at anybody going into the water, like, come out, it's nighttime, it's not safe in there. I do have one other question. You had been quite, vocal on your social media about the terrible conditions at this hotel. I'll just tick off a few here. Key cards weren't working. You couldn't get in and out of your rooms. The water was shut off. The power was shut off. The AC wasn't working. There was no Wi-Fi. The towels smelled like vomit. There was bottled water that had to be used for everything. The food was bad. The drinks were bad. Do you think that maybe Sudiksha and the other kids and others were maybe down on the beach more than they would have been otherwise because the conditions at the resort seemed to be so bad?
I think that 100%. I know people that got locked out of their rooms, and because of the power being out for hours, days on end, the customer service was not able to help them or, regenerate their cards to work in their room. So people were sleeping in other people's rooms. They were sleeping on the pool chairs. They were sleeping by the beach. They were staying out as long as they could because there's no AC in the rooms, and the room could get 80 degrees plus.
You have been so helpful, Delani. Thank you so much. And as we continue to look into these questions, I may call you again just to see if the accounts that we're hearing from down there match what you saw when you were there at the same time. Thank you for doing this. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.